Hi guys, so I have a super exciting video to show you today, and that is me creating this look. And everything I have on my face today, like every single thing, is from the company MUA. If you didn't know, it's super cheap makeup ranging from about £1 to £5. Just wanted to test it out so that you guys might find some good products or maybe some products that I don't recommend. But I mean, this glow here, this highlight, £3. I mean, I find that incredible. I found some super amazing products trying all of these that I genuinely am going to keep in my everyday makeup routine, and it's great for if you're on a budget or you're just starting out in makeup. So stay tuned if you want to find out how to create this look using super cheap makeup. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to use is the MUA, obviously it's MUA, the Skin Define Matte Perfect Foundation in the colour Natural Ivory. And this has shine control, and apparently it has vitamin A, E and jojoba. I think it's pronounced I don't know. But it's got that in it anyway, and this was £4. Oh, by the way, can I just say, I literally had to keep doing this probably about 30 to 40 times until any product came out, and then it just kind of squirted everywhere, which is not good. So I probably already wasted quite a bit of product, but you know. So I don't know what the best way to apply this is going to be. I might try my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, which is this one. And I get so nervous trying new foundations. I'm just going to squirt this onto the brush. Okay. It seems so stiff. It's literally not runny whatsoever. So I'm going to start off on this cheek, so wish me luck. Yeah, that feels quite hard to blend, I'm not going to lie. It does look quite orangey, so maybe not the best colour match. So I'm just going to add a little bit more because it's so hard to blend, it's kind of unblendable by the time I'm trying to take it up here. Oh, I've got an eyelash stuck in it. Goodness sake. In terms of coverage, I would probably give this a 10 out of 10. You cannot see any redness, any flaws or blemishes, anything through this foundation. It is literally the thickest foundation I have ever put anywhere near my face. In terms of being matte, I mean, you can see for yourself, this is super shiny. For concealer, I'm going to be using this Hide and Conceal stick. I'm not normally a fan of concealer sticks, but it was only £1, so I thought I may as well try it for the sake of the video. And this is in Fair. I'm going to be putting this directly onto my skin in a triangle shape. I mean, straight away I can feel that this is really oily. It is slightly lighter than the foundation, which is good because that's what I want. And I think because it's so oily, if I blend it in with this, it's going to go really streaky, so I'm just going to use my finger. Okay, so it's definitely brightening, as you can see. This side looks a lot brighter than the other side, which I haven't done yet. But it does look extremely oily. I mean, for £1, you can't really moan. So I'm all done with the concealer, and I'd probably give this a 7 out of 10 just because it is super oily, like it's ridiculously oily. It does give pretty good coverage. So normally at this stage I would move straight onto my eyebrows just because I find it a lot easier to do my eyebrows when my face isn't covered in powder. But because my face is so oily right now, I feel like it's going to crease like crazy if I don't do anything to it. So I decided to get this translucent pressed powder and this was only £1 from the MUA range. I'm not going to be baking or anything today. I'm just going to apply this all over my face to try and set this big oily hot mess. I've not had much luck with this powder at all. I really don't like it. I'd probably give it a 2 out of 10, and I know that sounds super bad, but even though my face looks really matte in person and on camera, it looks really cakey. It's gone really orange around my eyes. It feels so sticky, and I don't know whether that's not the powder's fault and it's just because the foundation and concealer was crazy oily, but it literally feels like I haven't even powdered my face at all. I'm just going to quickly put on some of my number 7 loose powder in translucent, just because I want to see if it's the actual powder that's not very good or if it's just because of the foundation consistency. Okay, so I finished applying my normal powder, and I have to say my face feels back to its normal self, so it was definitely the powder that wasn't very good and not just because of the foundation that I used. So I'm not trying to bash this product, but I honestly would not recommend this. Okay, so next for eyebrows, I didn't manage to pick anything up. The only colours that I could find were the really dark brown ones, which I have blonde hair, that is not going to work. The only brown by MUA I have is from this palette, but they're all shimmery, so I really don't think it's going to work. Hang on, what's this here? There's one just up here, I don't know if you can see it, it's a tan colour, which I've obviously used a lot of in the past. I mean, that's a matte, but I don't know if it's going to be too pale. But we can try. And I never ever fill my brows in with powder. I always use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade thing. So, I don't know if this is going to work. As you can see, my brows are very sparse and thin. I normally like to use a product that's very kind of pigmented so that it can fill in any sparse areas, and this, it sticks to my hairs but it's not actually sticking to my skin. So as you can see, that is very orange on me, so I am super sorry, but I'm going to have to abandon that and go to my normal eyebrow product just because I cannot walk around with orange eyebrows. I mean, it might not look as bad on camera, but in real life it's not a good look. Okay, so I've just done my eyebrows with my normal eyebrow product, and it was a lot harder in doing it over my powder, so I apologise for the not to one fleek brows. They're very dark, very bushy, but we'll just have to deal with that. Okay, so I didn't buy any eyeshadows because I already had some. So I have this eyeshadow palette which the front is broken off because it's super old, and this is in the colour Undressed. So it says all of the shades on the back, and then you have a mixture of matte and shimmery colours. However, as you can see, I've hit pan on most of these, so you can tell which ones are my favourite. I used to use this a lot back in the day. I also have individual colours. I also have this little trio which is in the shade Pink Sorbet. So I think I'm just going to stick with this palette today, and I'm just taking, it's like a little flat short kind of chubby brush. So I think for my actual lid colour I'm going to be taking this one here, which is shade 2 apparently. I should have dampened the brush first. We'll see how it goes without being dampened. I'm just going to kind of place that all over my lid. So much fallout. Now I'm just going to take a kind of fluffy blending brush, and I need a colour to put in my crease. This is shade 10, and it's a brown shade. I can't really tell if it's matte. No, it's definitely got a bit of shimmer in there. I don't know how pigmented this one is. And then kind of, oh, it is quite pigmented. Just place it in my crease. It's quite a grey colour actually. I thought it was more of a brown. I'm just going to get some more of this shimmery pink and just place it back over my lid to bring back the colour. I think I'm just going to add an inner highlight colour as well, so I'm just going to take this first colour, which is shade 1, and I'm just going to place that in my inner corners just to brighten up the look. Okay, so it's now time for mascara, and I've chosen the Mega Volume Mascara, and unfortunately I could only get my hands on the colour Black Brown. I mean, I'm pretty sure they just have a black one. Okay, so the brush is one of these plastic ones, which I do prefer, but it's really, really chunky, so I think it might be quite difficult to do without getting it everywhere. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but it definitely does not look like I have just put a volumizing mascara on. I mean, my lashes do look black, but it just looks like I've had them tinted, not that I've actually applied mascara. But the good thing is it's not clumpy whatsoever, and it's really good if you just want a natural look. So I'm going to apply the mascara to this eye and to both of the bottom lashes, and then I'm going to keep repeating the process and layering it up. So I finished doing the mascara, and I ended up using 4 coats on the top and bottom lashes, and although they're not as long as they perhaps usually would be, I'm super surprised to say this, but I actually really like this mascara. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10 just because you do have to use a lot of layers, but once you do, it just gives quite a nice effect. And although it says black brown, it does look pretty black to me, and it is buildable, it doesn't clump whatsoever. So now I'm going to use under bronzer, which is one of my favourite things ever because I'm so pale, and I love that it just adds a bit of shape and definition to my face. Okay, so I really actually like this bronzer. I mean, it is quite orange, but most bronzers look orange on me anyway, just because I have blonde hair and quite a cool toned skin naturally. And it blends super easy as well. So I'll probably buy this again once it runs out. So they had quite a few different blushes on there, and these were just £1 as well. And I went for the colour Bonbon, and this is just quite a peachy pink colour. Honestly, I don't know why it looks so orange on camera, because in real life, I'm actually really impressed with it. Yeah, so that blusher, I'd give that a 10 out of 10. It was absolutely fine. Everything that I look for in a blusher, super easy to blend, super pigmented, and a really pretty colour. So one of my favourite makeup products ever is highlighter, and I decided to get the Undress Your Skin Shimmer Highlight, and this is a powder highlight, and it's in the colour Iridescent Gold. So I'm just going to take my Real Techniques, I don't know what brush this is, oh, a setting brush, but I always use this for highlights, and I'm just going to swirl that in there. This was only £3, so for £3 it does look really good quality. I mean, the packaging's not the best, but the actual product looks amazing. So I'm just going to put this just up here. Wow. Oh my god. I'm not even joking, you guys, like, this is probably one of my new favourite highlighters. I currently use the Mary Luminizer, and this is probably more shimmery than that. That is amazing. Oh my god. I love this. I'm one of those girls as well that goes like highlighter crazy. Like, it's super, super gold, I'm not gonna lie. Like, in my mirror it does look really, really gold, which I'm not that keen on, but the actual highlighting power is freaking amazing. 10 out of 10, well 20 out of 10. I just hope they come out with more of a champagne-y colour, because this is the best, actually the best. Okay, so I've got 2 products for the lips. I have a lip liner, which is in the colour Caramel Nougat, and the MUA liners have a little sharpener on the end, which is very cute. And I also got one of the Velvet Lip Lacquers, and mine's in the colour Tranquility. I mean, the Luxe, how much was this? I think it was £3.99, let me just double check. Oh no, it was only £3. So I'm just going to apply the lip liner first, as I like to overline my lips just a little bit. So I have to say I love this as well. For £1, was it £1? I think this was £1, and it's a really natural nude colour, and it's really pigmented and soft as well. As most cheap lip liners are rock hard, like they feel like they're ripping your lips apart when you put them on, but this is really good. And I'm just going to quickly apply my liquid lipstick. Ooh, this smells really good. I am so excited, like I've literally found so many amazing products doing this, but this is definitely a 10 out of 10. Like if you can get your hands on any of these, I definitely recommend it. It's just as good quality as any other liquid lipstick that I've used. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it has dried 100% matte. Okay guys, so that's the end of today's video, and I'm extremely happy with the outcome of this. I mean, the only product that I don't think I'd recommend is the powder. Everything else is amazing, and even if it's not a 10 out of 10, I'd still recommend it for those of you on a budget, or those of you just starting to get into makeup, or it's just something handy to keep in your handbag if you don't want to take your most expensive thing out with you in case you lose it or smash it. So I hope you found this helpful. I know that I am amazed by some of these products that are literally only £1 or £3. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please give it a thumbs up and maybe subscribe if you like. So yeah, bye.